Okay, these are some of the structures that I would like you uh, to understand. These are some of the structures that we need to have. But I want you to be classified in this way. Those people who have bigger lands, you will not be like us who doesn't have bigger lands. If you have bigger land, I told you that determines your system of farming. So I'm talking about these people who are really having very small lands, but they really want to do the farming projects in a very systematic way. So after building a house for a goat's farm, and you have done your pastures, then after doing your pastures, how do you store your pastures? Where do you take your pastures? So here what you see, this is like a simple area where I store my grasses, where I store my alfalfa. Me, basically I love doing alfalfa because it's one of the best pastures that I can as well share with you. Me, I insist on something and I make sure that I do it much better. So I think you can see here, this is a storage. The storage is raised well and good. Reason being that we don't want it to be spoiled. We don't want it to get the moisture, and it gets wet and gets spoiled. So I store this grass. After getting that grass out, we use these bells. These are the baling boxes. So we put in the threads, we put in our grass, we compact it. Then after compaction, we we tie it. So we bring it out as a bell. So this is what we call a bell. A bell helps us to have easy storage too. Compaction, this compaction helps us to keep our grass together, because if you leave it rampant, it's going to lose the leaves, and we really love animals to eat the leaves. So these are the boxes that we use. These are the threads that we put in to compact. If you've not done it commercial, but if you're doing it commercial, the tractor can do all this work for you: compaction, harvest, and so on. So we store it here. After, from the garden, you have to keep it like maybe 2-3 days if there is no sunshine. But if there is sunshine, you don't need to keep it for those days. You can harvest it today, then tomorrow you take it to the storage, because the moisture should have been lost. So I've said this many times that we have forms of storage, like for alfalfa or chloris or other grasses that you keep into a system of dry matter or hay. You can as well crush it. I told you these are all bags of alfalfa. You can crush it into powder, like the way you see. This is a powder of alfalfa. Then you serve it to the animals. They will as well serve the same purpose, like this one that is not even powdered. So me, I prefer that way storage, because I don't lose a lot. But if you look at this is all muscles. These are all muscles that I can lose. For your information, as a farmer, me, I don't want to see any grass unutilized. That is me. I don't want to see any grass unutilized. So that's why you see I'm trying to improvise many systems of storage so that I utilize everything. And for your information, if you serve an animal with a bell, complete bell, they will not eat all of it. Why? Because they will only be looking at the soft parts or look at the leaves. So for your information, storing it this way, it's very good, but it's bulky. It needs a bigger space, and as well, when they are feeding, they don't utilize it very well. But if you crush it into a powder, it's very easy for them to feed it that way. So alfalfa from the garden, you wilt it like 2-3 days or 2 days. Then after wilting, you either do bells or you do a powder. So that is a form of doing storage. So I'll also show you the silage system and how you can keep it. My dear, if you move with me in my line, me, I do my simple work. I do my simple farming. And for your information, I make much money. Why? Because I invested less money. But most of you people invest a lot of money, but you're getting less money out of it. Why? Because you count what you invested in, which is not a very good issue. You're not going to sell what you invested in, like maybe structures, maybe like houses. But when you want profit, you really want your profit to come back at the same time, which is not the case. Let me just wish you well and bye for now.